Okay, so starting off this morning, the index is kind of sideways right now. Don't really have that enticing of price action. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are kind of just in a sideways slop. We could totally move up here and find a bounce off of this level, but the problem is just the movement is just it's just been really tricky to trade the indexes lately. The markets just in general have been kind of really difficult, to be honest. Um, but the exciting ones today, I would say, are gold. Yesterday I was watching for this, but it looks like it might be happening today instead. We had this big downtrend that has started to slow here, and it's made a spike lower, kind of bounced. It still hasn't made a higher high, but what I'm looking at is we might make one more push lower that fails and then starts a larger uptrend. And if we go to 5 minute of gold, it's definitely got a nice spike down, which is a nice potential to have a good kind of snap back that I like. Similar in gold, oil here, big, super big picture. It had a crazy sell off over here that we just been slowly kind of working up. If we go to the 50% level, it's pretty much at the 50% pullback level, which would be pretty crazy for a reversal level. But just the way it's acting right now is it's also had overnight, it had actually this is the close, or actually this is kind of midday yesterday in the market, but it slapped up sideways, attempted to go higher again, kind of failed. Um, so this is a pretty big, good bullish pullback, but I could also see it pop up here and fail lower if it kind of wants to reverse this move up. Yesterday was kind of like that too, of having kind of some moves up where it looked like it kind of like same thing right here where it moved up, pulled back. It looks like it was going to keep going, but I looked for kind of a short here but didn't get in, and it kind of just petered up higher. So we'll see. Oil might just be really bullish. Oil also has oil inventories at about this time, so that can sometimes cause some movement or entries. And then the markets today have FOMC um, minutes, and we also have news 30 minutes after the open, which is 8 o'clock my time. So might get a little bit of movement this morning, but then it could just hunker down and kind of just sit there and do nothing. The Nasdaq already has had kind of a spike and whip in the opening 5 minutes, and well, we have the news here at 8, but I think at the moment it'll just be kind of wait, and I think the more better opportunities are gold and oil. So oil looks like it's starting to maybe do a top here. It's kind of done it's on a 1 minute chart though, and I really don't want to short based on a 1 minute chart, especially because I honestly feel overall this is more bullish. I think it's likely to maybe do a fake here and then punch higher. So I would rather, because also this was a nice move up, but like this is pretty healthy into this area. And so there's no reason other than being here at the previous high that it's going to fail. It's not really overextended to the upside in this recent movement versus like this here, like it's overextended. And so as soon as it kind of slows down, it fails quickly. And so honestly, I would prefer it to pop up here one more time, or clearly break this, pop up, fail, and then I get it short somewhere here. But I don't want to. It's just with the way the market's feeling, this could be a serious. It could just fail, but like it's way more likely to bait. And if I miss a trade, that's okay. I'd rather be more cautious in the current market conditions. Gold is still kind of looking similar in terms of just kind of hasn't really broken the downtrend yet, but it's getting there, I would say. So gold here has broken this trend. I'd like to see it kind of do some kind of double bottom though before going higher, just because it seems like it's pretty sluggish now, so I don't think it's going to snap up right away. I think that's likely a good way to get baited in, especially with how this market is. Oil here has broken the uptrend and made some bearish candles, but it's just, if you just kind of look at it, it's just come up here and just started to go sideways. And especially with news coming here in 15 minutes, it's very likely to just chop into the news, which is, it often does that. And so it'll start moving there once that we see that, but until then I'm going to stay out of it. I would like to see how the candlestick after this, at least for the first minute, reacts. See if we get kind of a pull down. But I want to get long here, especially because the if it does kind of even just kid back a little bit. My one thought is gold is, it's not going to be quick. It'll more likely be like this. So it could take a while, which would be kind of a bummer, essentially. Just looking at this on a 1 minute. It's essentially had a move up and a little pullback. It's basically bottomed here with basically like a head and shoulders. So I think I like getting long here. Again, I'm doing smaller size. I think if we do get going, I mean, my initial target's gonna be this, but depending on how it performs, and if I can just move my stop up and protect things, I mean, I'll try and just capture more of the swing. So 2x is my initial target, but I think it's also, there's good potential for more. So I think there's good risk reward potential because I'm able to get in pretty close to the lows on this one. Part of me thinks maybe I should wait a little longer, but I think I'm just nervous because trading has been difficult lately and things have been really just not great. On a 15 minute, it's 1 minute away from closing. I mean, it's kind of a higher low on a 15 minute basically, which is pretty nice. But it's, you know, either way, it's a nice double bottom after a trend break. Big picture again, I am looking for it to bounce here. It's broken these two, camera's covering it, but it's come up and hit these two spots. We're at this larger picture. So just gotta be patient, let it do its thing. Well, so I'm out on gold. Gold's been really tricky, and also just longs in general have been really, really rough. Oil here kind of has made a nice lower and a push higher. My thought is it could It's still definitely in a potential spot for a failure and lower. But again, I think I'm probably just going to avoid it because it's just been choppy. I think with how the market's been, I need to be more narrowed and focused in on really, really clean spots. Just because things are just pretty rough at the moment for this month. So after a little bit of a breather, I've just come back to the charts and wanting to kind of reevaluate how I'm trading going forwards in this market environment. The market environment is coming to these zones and not reversing. A lot of my trades recently is where it just continues lower. You know, there are opportunities, but they're just not very good. You know, this other trade in oil today where it comes up, it looks like it has potential, and it just continues higher. And so my strategy is all reversals, right? And so that's not very good for my strategy. There's definitely opportunities, but they're just not as often. And so I think what I want to do going forwards is still trade. I'm trading half size a lot because I was already kind of wary of the market. But I think even more, it's taking just a couple trades a week of waiting for those really prime spots to take a trade so that I'm not damaging my P&L as much and I'm able to still trade profitably in a horrible trading environment for my current strategy. Really, every strategy is going to have times where the market just sucks for it. And so you have to learn to recognize that and adjust going forwards so you don't blow up your account when you hit times when the market is bad for your strategy. Hopefully the market adjusts soon and I'm going to still stay engaged because you don't know, it could change next week. But until I've seen the market start to reverse more cleanly, I'll be more cautious with my trades.